Wow. Coleman just spoke of so many great things here at LifeWave, but one big thing he touched upon was the significance, the importance of protecting the earth. And that is something that is very meaningful to the leaders here at LifeWave. And I am going to now welcome to the stage founder and CEO David Schmidt and LifeWave president Meredith Burkage.
So David, it's been almost 2 years since our first conversation. And I can tell you, I link back on that, it was your integrity and it was your responsible attitude towards the planet and towards business and towards people that really, really prompted me to want to become a part of this team. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, Meredith. And we only have one planet to live on. It was created in purity and beauty. It's something we should be so grateful and thankful for. But unfortunately, the generation that came before us has polluted the environment, corrupted our world, and this is the mess that we've been left with.
Absolutely, and it is a shame. We always say that, you know, we didn't inherit this planet from our ancestors. We're borrowing it from our descendants. Right? And so I think, David, for us at LifeWave, I love listening to Coleman and how he is taking responsible manufacturing and business processes to a whole nother level at LifeWave so that we can feel really good about representing responsible business on this planet.
Absolutely. On one level, we can exercise prevention. So we can manufacture our products in a sustainable way, we can conduct our business in a sustainable way, but that's not going to solve the problem at hand. For that, we need additional technology and additional solutions if we want to have a clean planet to live in.
And I think that, you know, for culture, David, you know, that it's really reflective of business practices, but also your innovation. Because if we look at what we are giving back to this planet, in addition to green initiatives, we also have things like your drone project and other ways, search and rescue, that we're participating in making the world a better place.
Yeah, you know, there's another good reason that we want to clean up the planet, and that's because of sushi. Yeah. Now, you may not know this, but one of the things that Meredith and I have in common is that we love sushi. Just about everyone in my family loves sushi. But I guarantee you, one thing that we don't like about sushi is that when it comes from the ocean, it's got microplastics in it.
That's right.
And now these microplastics have made its way into our bodies. So this is something that literally we all live with each day, and we have to solve this problem if we want a better planet today and into the future.
Very good. And we obviously contribute to a lot of nonprofits. David, we had an opportunity last night to recognize our contributions over the years, David, and your generosity is something that is reflective of the hearts of the people as we give back again to disaster relief. I think of our recent contributions, 6 figures in helping out the tragedy that's happened on the East Coast to many families and homes. But when we look at now taking this to the other level of caring about and thank you, absolutely, thank you to all of you that have participated, that have shared, and that have helped in that cleanup. We know that their work is just beginning as they put their lives back together. But as we take a look at this next project, this is something that we're very, very conscientious of because it is about the water. And we know when we think about our oceans and we think of all of the oxygen that they produce for our planet, and we think about where all of our water comes from, these seas that are so polluted with trillions and trillions of tons, or at least pounds, of garbage and plastic. I think that's what really prompted you to take this next step, David, with this next company we want to highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a global company. We're in over 80 countries, fastest growing company in the world. We're going to become a $1 billion company, and we're going to exceed that dramatically. So the question is, what type of social responsibility are we going to have? This can't be just about making money, and it isn't, because all of you are making such an incredible difference in the world today. But why not think bigger? Why not use our success to clean up our planet, clean up the oceans? That's why we've decided that we're going to partner with Ocean Cleanup. We're going to use our success to help empower this organization to rid our oceans of microplastics.
And what you're about to see, which is so interesting, is they actually call their invention a patch. It is a patch that they use to pick up these 5 trillion pieces of garbage that right now are floating on the top surfaces of our oceans around the world. So first we need to cut off how many are going into the ocean, but this organization is helping us get everything that's presently there out.
So it's so much easier to see this than describe it. So we have a video. So take a look at an organization that we're now affiliated with that's part of the solution, that's going to be taking this toxic waste out of our beautiful oceans.
So at the Ocean Cleanup, our mission is to rid the world's oceans of plastic.
The real complicated part of this puzzle is that everything is interlinked.
What we need to do is 2 things. 1, we need to clean up the legacy pollution. 2, we need to close the tap.
Everyone's ready?
If we have the motivation and we have the skills, we will get there.
The first few years, we really focused on trying to understand the problem and map it, which then became the basis on which we developed our solutions. Our philosophy is to learn as we go and iterate our way towards success.
Good luck! We've just passed the Golden Gate Bridge, the iconic moment.
Every hour is a small victory, and every plastic piece that we all catch is a small victory.
So we have a major structural failure.
This is normal. Welcome to the world of cutting-edge technology. The plastic is within arm's reach, literally. We can be that far away from getting a system working.
Whoa! Here's all tiny particles also.
What is the next logical step?
Boyan always thinks about improving.
With this machine, I truly believe that we're on the right track.
Dirty river comes in, a clean river comes out.
That's a teddy bear.
This is the day, this is the moment, finally.
The time has come now to deliver on our promises.
It's so beautiful to see this.
The most exciting thing in the world, to me.
We have shown that we are capable to repeatedly harvest large amounts of plastic.
Let this mark the beginning of the end for the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Imagine if we do get this done, we could truly make our oceans clean again. That's a future to look forward to.
The next guest I'm going to present you with has overcome incredible challenges, and he has done so with grace, but also with grit. I'm going to present with you, all of you, the man who's come all the way from Japan, Elite Senior Presidential Director, Yuji Iwashita.
Hello, everybody.
日本から来ました岩下裕二です。
My name is Yuji Iwashita from Japan.
そして今日は僕の生活を支えてくれている相棒のフリーダムと一緒にステージに上がっています。
I am with my buddy called freedom.
いや、フリーダム。
Right here,
はい。
my prosthetic leg.
そして今日通訳をしてくれる、彼女はスー・ストロブルさんです。
My name is Sue Storable.
彼女は私たちのチームの SPD でもあります。
She is one of the SPDs in my team. I am.
そしてもう一つ驚くべきことは彼女の年齢です。
You'll be surprised to hear her age. Oh, I hate him. I told him not to
い
say
くつに
it.
見えますか？私は今48歳なんですけれども、
I am 48 years old.
私の母親よりも年が上です。
She is older than my mother. Say it, say it. 言っていいですよ。
なんともうすぐ79歳になります。
I am 78 right now. Thank you.
そして彼女は実はニューヨークに
I live
住ん
in
でい
New
ます。
York.
毎月ニューヨークから日本に
Every month,
通っ
I
てきてるん
fly
ですよ。
from New York to Tokyo to build a business.
もう彼女の存在は私たちに一切の言い訳を
Her
許
existence,
さなくなります。
her work, does not allow me to give any excuses.
さて本題に入っていきたいと思いますけれども、今日のテーマは変化を乗り越えるにはという
Today's
ことです。
theme is to overcome the change.
変化というものは常に、私たちの人生において突然のように、起きてくることなんですね。
As you may know, the change sometimes comes all of a sudden, unexpectedly.
私もですね、ご覧の通り、義足なんですけれども、
As you see, I only have one leg.
24年前に、当時勤めていた建設会社の勤務中にですね、建設用の機械の下敷きになりまして、両足に大怪我を負いました。
24 years ago, I was working in construction site, and a huge machine came down on my legs that weighed more than 1 ton.
そして病院のベッドで目が覚めた時、一生車椅子だということを知りました。
When I woke up in bed, I realized that I'll be living in a wheelchair rest of my life.
その瞬間、僕の人生というのは一変したわけですね。
That moment, my life changed.
そのように突然変化というものは訪れるわけですけども、
As you know, change comes all of a sudden.
その変化にどのように対応していくかが、人生においてもビジネスにおいてもとても大切なことだと私は思っています。
I believe it's important to overcome the fear and the challenge and react to the change.
少し私の人生についてお話ししたいんですけれども、
I'm going to tell you my story.
僕は17歳で早めに高校を卒業しました。
I graduated high school very early at the age of 17. In other words, I didn't graduate.
決して優秀だったわけではなく
I
て
wasn't super good or anything.
早く社会で役に立ちたいと思ったんですね。
I wanted to work.
それから家族もできて一生懸命家族のために働きました。
I had a family, I made a family, and I worked very, very hard.
ところが、学歴もない私はとても将来に不安を抱いていましたし、特に夢もなかった、そんな何かモヤモヤした人生を送っていました。
As I said that I don't have a great education, I had no dream, and what I had was I had this ambiguous feeling about the future. He couldn't see his future.
そんな時に、このアクシデントに、あったわけなんですけれども、
Then comes the accident.
その時どう思ったかというと、
I thought then,
いろいろと言い訳をつけて、やりたいことをやらなかったことにとても後悔をしたことを覚えています。
I remember regretting the things that I was able to do when I had two legs, but I didn't.
きっと人は死ぬ時にこんな風にやりたかったことを、やらなかったことを後悔して死ぬんだろうなって本当に思いました。
I really thought that a lot of people in deathbed, what they think is not what they accomplished, but what they couldn't do or they didn't do with excuses.
だからこれからは、自分の人生にチャレンジして自分の夢に向かって理想の新しい自分を生きようと、その時決めました。
At that time, I made a commitment that I'm going to do my best to achieve my dreams.
それからいろいろなビジネスを立ち上げたり、いろんな失敗をしました。
I have tried many businesses. I had a failures, I had a little success.
借金もしたり、生活費がなくて自分の車や時計を売って生計を立てたこともありました。
I was in deep debt. I had to sell my car. I had to sell my watches to support my family.
でも諦めなかったのは、自分の理想の夢、人生というものが明確にあったからなんです。
What I couldn't give up was what I wanted to do in the future, and I wanted to go for my dream.
そして4年前、この素晴らしいライフウェーブに出会うことができました。
Then 4 years ago, I saw this opportunity from LIFEWAVE.
そして登録して6ヶ月で SPD になることができ、チームからは12名の SPD、そして、3組のエリート SPD が誕生しました。
I became SPD. I have 12 SPDs in my team. I have 3 elite SPDs also in my team.
本当に信じられない結果が、もたらされました。
I can't still believe the result of this.
でもこのビジネスを通じて何より、素晴らしいなと感じていることは、やはり共に夢を目指しているこの仲間たちの存在です。
Through this business, look at my friends, my team. This is what I have.
私たちはこのチームでこのビジネスを行っています。
This is the team that we work together, support each other, run for our dream.
今日この場に立てているということは本当にチームの彼らのおかげなんです。
The reason I'm up here on the stage is because of my team, not myself.
彼らの存在というのは僕の人生にとって本当に大きな宝になっています。
They are my treasure.
プライベートでもスキーを楽しんだり、息子とセドナに、ハイキングに行ったり、
I can now ski. I can swim.
エイ
I
と
can go
一緒
to
に泳いだり、
Sedona, climb up the mountains.
本当にライフウェーブに出会う前は走ることもできなかったんですけども、
Before LifeWave, I couldn't even walk or run.
デイビッドが作ってくれたこの X39 のおかげで今では走ることもジャンプすることもできるようになりました。
Because of X39, invented by Dr. Schmidt, I can walk, I can run.
本当に感謝してます。
My deepest gratitude goes to Dr. Schmidt.
最後にですね、僕のこの人生を 支えてくれた、この変化を支えてくれた3つのことを皆さんにお話して、終わりたいと思い
There
ま
are
す。
three factors that supported my life.
まず1つ目は、ドクターの一言でした。
First one is what doctor said to me.
僕が絶望に、ふけっていた時に彼はですね、一言こう言いました。
When I was so devastated, knowing I won't have a leg,
君はまだ
doctor said, "You are so young.
君はまだ若い、
You are young.
君が本当に望むなら歩くことはもしかしたらできるかもしれない。
If you really want to walk, there is a possibility.
ただしその可能性は 1% だと。
But the possibility is only 1%.
でもそれを聞いたときに、たった 1% でも可能性があるんだったら僕はそれにかけてみたいと思いまし
When
た。
I heard, I said, I'm going to work for that 1%.
真っ暗だった暗闇に本当に一筋の光が差したんです。
I saw a light at the end of the tunnel.
まずは自分の足で立つこと、そして一歩を踏み出すこと。
First, I have to stand up. Then I have to make a first step like a baby.
立ち上がるには痛みに耐える必要がありました。
When I get up, I had to endure the pain.
一歩を踏み出すには勇気が必要でした。
To make the first step, I needed the courage.
くじけそうになったことももちろんあります。
When I almost gave up,
でもそんな時に、もう一つの光があったんですね。
there was a light then.
それは同じ病院でリハビリをしていた10歳の少女の存在です。
There was a 10-year-old girl in the same hospital.
彼女は事故で片足を失って、リハビリに通ってきていました。
She lost her leg through the accident, and she was coming to the hospital for rehabilitation.
とても華奢で、明るく笑顔の絶えない少女でした。
Very thin little girl with a laughter.
でも彼女は常に大きな変化と立ち向かう必要があったんです。
She had to face the challenge and the change.
それは彼女はまだ10歳です。体はどんどん成長していっています。
10-year-old girl is different from him. Bone grows. Every time bone grows, they have to operate on her, and they have to make new prosthetic leg.
足を切断したといえど骨は成長するわけです。
Bone grows even though your leg is cut.
そのために彼女は手術を行い、そのために、自分の体に合わせて新しい義足を作る必要があったん
She
です。
had to go through the surgeries and new prosthetic leg and all these things.
でも彼女は一切の泣き言を言わず、
She never complained.
自分の体と向き合っていました。
She took it as a destiny. She never complained.
きっと今はもう30歳を超える素
She
敵な
must
女
be
性にな
about,
って、
she must be about 30-year-old now. I'm sure she is a beautiful human being.
素敵な笑顔でたくさんの人に光を与えていることだ
She's
と思います。
probably giving lights with a big smile on her face to many, many people.
そして最後に3つ目です。
The third one,
それは家族や友人の存在です。
the existence of my family and my friends.
彼らはいつも僕を励まし支えてくれました。
They encouraged and they uplifted me.
家族は収入の途絶えた中、大変な状況の中をなんとか数年生き抜いてくれました。
I had no income. My family supported me. They worked very hard.
そして友人たちは夜中に病院から連れ出してお酒を飲ませてくれました。
My friends came to the hospital and took me out for drinking.
人はそうやって誰かに支えられて生きていくんです。
We are all being supported by people around you.
人は一人では何もできないん
You
です。
can never accomplish anything alone.
それはこのビジネスも同じこと
The
だと思います。
business, this business is exactly same.
一人の力は本当に知れています。
Your one power,
だ
one
から
horsepower is limited.
仲間と力を合わせて支え合って励まし合ってそんなチームで成功を目指していくんです。
We support, we encourage, we uplift each other, and that's how we accomplish the result.
今日この会場に一人で来てるっていう方いらっしゃいますでしょう
There
か。
may be someone here, people here alone. You don't have anyone to be with today.
大丈夫です。ぜひ今日感じたこの感動と、皆さんの思いをぜひ勇気を持ってどなたかに伝えてみてください。
It's okay. What you got today, emotions. Please go out, go home, and share these emotions with people around you.
きっと来年のコンベンションにはあなたと一緒にたくさんの仲間とこのコンベンションに参加できることでしょ
I guarantee you, if you do that, next year, you'll be coming with many people.
う。そして最後にぜひ、自分の人生をとにかく自分を諦めないでほしいです。
Lastly, my message to you is don't ever give up.
自分を信じてあげられるのは自分だけです。
You can only trust yourself first. Then people around you will trust you.
このデビットが作ってくれたこのライフウェーブを
This LifeWave, created by Dr. Schmidt.
もっと多くの方に皆さんと一緒に広げていきたいと思ってま
We
す。
all can go home and share with many, many people.
最後になりますけれども本当に、今日はありがとうございます。
Thank you so much for today.
皆さんの成功をお祈りします。
Eugene just spoke about change. He spoke about embracing change and being of service to one another. The next two men that I'm about to present onto stage are doing just that. They're helping people live younger, live longer, and live well. Please help me welcome to stage Jim Caldwell and Geraldo Dorelli.
That was my dance?
That's a great dance.
Great job. All right. All
Wow,
right,
Jim,
all
look at this
right,
crowd.
All right. Hey, first of all, tip of the hat to the white shoes, okay? This is Geraldo's first time in front of the LifeWave crowd. He's done a lot of big speaking. So say hi to Geraldo.
Hey, everybody.
We're going to have some fun over the next 15 minutes or so. We're going to be sharing with you what I call a game changer. You know, it's interesting how this company, I mean, it's no secret, right? We just keep raising the bar as the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. And it's all about raising the standard, raising the bar, creating game changers to help you be more efficient, be able to build faster, be more effective, have better tools. You know, it's all about making your life easier. And over the next few minutes, we'll talk about a game changer, I'm calling it, in the world of communications and information. We're going to be launching a pilot program, probably mid to late spring, and it involves instant availability. Let me repeat that, instant availability to most questions asked by prospects and new brand partners. And you know there's always a lot of them, right? 30 or 40 questions. How do I do this? Where do I find that? What am I supposed to do next? And what if I told you that was available 24/7 on your phone instantly? Got a question? There's the answer. Pretty cool, right? But it gets better. There's more. You know, you talk about AI-powered this and AI-powered that. What about AI-powered, what are they called? Yeah, real-life persona avatars. You know, this concept where we think of avatars as like cartoons. You know, it's not really a person, but they're imparting information. Well, what if that avatar looked like a certain elite SPD, Geraldo, right? Or a handful of elite SPDs who we shot recently up in Utah. We shot their persona. We sent them to the proto-hologram folks that have this really interesting ability to take that persona. They create an avatar, and we can type text, information, and load it into the library that's underpinning that avatar. So you ask a question, that he or she, an elite SPD, has that answer. Whether we have him or her send you over to customer service in this application, or they answer it themselves with personal insights, suggestions, comments, secrets, tricks, right? I see some nodding heads, right? And what if that's all available to you 24/7 on your phone? And here's the key: vetted, approved, compliant, and you can trust it. It's like the fact. It becomes the holy grail of information, and you have access to it all the time. I'm going to get this thing fired up. Geraldo, I know you got a couple questions to ask.
No, absolutely. Well, first of all, Jim, thanks for that lovely introduction.
You're
Not
welcome.
only is it my debut here at a global conference, but yesterday was actually a special day for me. I celebrated my first 18 months since joining the LifeWave corporate team yesterday. And you know, being a part of the corporate team and seeing all this incredible growth we've experienced is truly remarkable, being able to experience that all together. And David mentioned it earlier. With all this growth, we are now the fastest growing company in the industry. And we're going to show you why I believe we are on track to continue on that path. And as we get started, I know there's a few questions that all of you are getting from your new brand partners, right? So when you get lots of questions, as Steve Merritt just said, with these new questions that you're getting, your brand partners maybe don't have that support, right? They need that answer as quickly as they can. And can you answer every single question? Well, what if you had a situation come up where it's a weekend, right? You get asked a question, you don't know the answer, and then customer service is closed, it's after hours. Maybe you're trying to get a hold of your upline, and what happens? Maybe they don't pick up the phone. We all know how frustrating it can be to have a question and not get the answers quick enough. So that's why Jim and I are so excited to be here today with all of you, because we want to show you exactly what we've been working on to solve that problem.
You know, they say knowledge overcomes fear, right? We just heard before Nicole was talking about this. You know, you're afraid of something. You've got to push the envelope. You have to expand and get out of your comfort zone sometimes. And knowledge overcomes fear. And then with greater information, what do you have? You have greater confidence. And then what can you do? You can take action because you know more. And you feel better about being able to move forward and get out of that comfort zone and push the envelope. So watch this. Imagine an application on your phone. We just built this to give you a sense of the fact, scrollable questions, variety of questions in the world of customer service, and in the world of you want to hear from an elite SPD, what does he or she think about something? You know, what's the story on this X39? Is that the product I should start with? Who's David Schmidt? What do you think of him? Why did you join LifeWave? You know, questions like that. And those personal insights from an SPD can be invaluable. So look, I've teed this up. Look, what if you say, how often, by the way, have you ever been asked, what happens when those patches are exposed to too much heat, right? You know, they sit in the car for 24 hours or, you know, in 100 degree. What's the answer? You know, there are sometimes wrong answers out there, but check this out. Here is the answer.
Patches work best when kept at room temperature and in their sleeve until you are ready to use them. However, even if they are exposed to direct sunlight, they will still work, unless exposed for extended periods of time of more than 7 days and at high temperatures of 100 degrees Fahrenheit or more.
Right? So there's the answer, right? So if you ever are not quite sure what the answer is, during this pilot program, you're going to be able to send them to a dedicated site where you'll be able to fire up and go through that scroll and boom, there's the answer. So you can tell them, hey, go there, get the answer. I'm not quite sure what that answer is. Let me find another one here that I think is also an interesting one that illustrates what's the story on, you know, needing to be able to navigate at the website, the back office. I'm not quite sure. I don't have the confidence. And so what if you can go to the same website and you can say something like, how do I find volumes in my back office? Well, that involves knowing what to click on, what menu to pull down, things like that, and customer service has to sit there and patiently walk the caller through the process. Well, what about this instead?
To check your volumes, go to backoffice.lifewave.com. Once you're there, type in your LifeWave login credentials. Once logged in, click on the Commissions tab at the top of the page. In the drop-down menu, select the Volumes option. And there you go. You're a back office pro.
See? So it's like that. Okay, so then let's move on though. I talked about having access to maybe an SPD and you want to find out what's the story on, let me see. Yeah, here we go. So I was able to capture, I told you, several SPDs, elite SPDs in Utah a couple of weeks ago. And we took Steve Merritt, he's the guinea pig here, and he's been kind enough to be one of the participants that's going to be part of this pilot program. And so he's submitted a number of questions and answers that he's typed up himself. And so we loaded one of those into here to give you an idea of what we're talking about. And so if someone asked, what made you decide to join LifeWave, right? Why did Steve Merritt and Gina join LifeWave? Here's the answer.
That's a great question, and thanks for asking. My wife Gina and I prayed and researched every network marketing company there is for over a year. We were diligently looking for the right product and technology, an honest owner who had a heart for people, and God's favor. We found everything we were looking for once we were introduced to David Schmidt and LifeWave. After we got started, we realized God's favor is all over LifeWave, David Schmidt, and all of those who decide to join us on this journey. Hope.
Huh? And then he says, hope that answered your question. Do you have another question? So it's like that.
Hope that answers your question. Do you have another?
Steve, did you do that? Anyway, it's beta testing. By the time we roll out for the pilot program in mid to late spring, it's going to be seamless and perfect and loaded with information. But that's the key. This dynamic of having that all in English is one thing. Having all this access to that information instantaneously in English, that's great for English-speaking people, right? But there's more.
Well, first of all, we have Steve right here in the crowd right now. And we go back, Steve. This is my first time actually being this close to the hologram machine. And being able to see Steve up close like this, it seemed like it's almost like you beamed in like William Shatner earlier today, right? But all at a push of a button answering that question. What I love about this is what we talk about, having a resource of growth for your business. Being able to answer these questions real time, not having to wait, in case there's, after hours or weekends. This is the opportunity for us to answer those questions. But more importantly, is being able to accelerate our growth for ourselves and our teams because that information is so accessible. And I know Steve does a lot of things, and you've been an incredible athlete, but I don't think, Steve, you speak another language, right? Well, what if we could hear this information from Steve in another language, or from another members of your team across the world hearing that information in their language? So we're going to get to see that right now, right, Jim?
Yeah, so what we did was, this is kind of a little bit of, let's call it a stunt, okay? So we took all of the folks we were able to put in front of the camera a couple of weeks ago, and we had them all say, I'm really excited about LifeWave because we're helping people live long, live well, and live young. So they're all saying that sentence, right? So first up, we have Sai Hernandez, who speaks Spanish. Well, I decided to say, well, look, say it in English, and let's see what the avatar does in terms of translating that to Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado por LifeWave porque estamos ayudando personas a vivir mucho, vivir bien y vivir jóvenes.
Now, she said that in English, but that was just translated right into Spanish.
Well, I think we should take it to the other side of the world here, Jim.
Yes, we should.
And we've got Dr. Stacy Holweger. We're going to get to listen to this in Chinese.
我对生命之道感到非常兴奋，因为我们正在帮助人们活得更长、更好和更年轻。
Right? I mean, let's face it, what is AI doing? It's somehow taking that area of the mouth and making it look like it's actually saying those words. It's ridiculously realistic. All right, so who's up next? Let me make sure I know who I'm going to be introducing here, so I say this right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mike Hernandez now. Hey, Mike, you're in the room. Did you know you speak Polish?
Jestem bardzo podekscytowany LIFEWAVE, ponieważ pomagamy ludziom żyć długo, zdrowo i młodo.
Right? Now, this next one, I think, is a kick in the head.
Yeah, I love this one. So, Roy Sergiurno, I don't know where you're at right now, but did you know that you speak French?
Je suis enthousiaste à propos de LIFEWAVE parce que nous aidons les gens à vivre longtemps, à bien vivre et à rester jeunes.
And of course, David Jumper, who's got a massive organization in Japan, and we've talked about this, you know, at some point, wouldn't it be cool if the interface on the phone is entirely in Japanese, there are all these answers in Japanese, and there's David Jumper speaking in Japanese, all of the answers that he has to impart to the folks in Japan. That's what we're talking about here.
ライフウェイに興奮しています。人々が長く健康的に優しく生きる手助けをしています。
Boom. Now remember what they're saying. I love LifeWave so much because we're helping people live long, live well, live young. They're all saying that, but they're saying it in a bunch of different languages.
Well, Peter No, welcome. Is Deutschland in the house right now? Where's Deutschland? Where's Germany? Peter No, you speak German now.
Ich bin so aufgeregt über LIFEWAVE, weil wir den Menschen helfen, lange zu leben, gut zu leben und jung zu leben.
It's just so cool, right? So here's Renita Brennan, who has no energy, and here she is speaking Korean.
라이프웨이브에 대해 매우 기대하고 있습니다. 우리는 사람들이 오래 살고 잘 살고 젊게 살도록 돕고 있습니다.
All you Koreans in the audience, I look forward to hearing back from you. Do you say that's realistic? Is that good? Oh, I got thumbs up over there. Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, Steve Merritt's sitting right here with us. Well, Steve, you now speak Italian.
Sono entusiasta di LIFEWAVE perché stiamo aiutando le persone a vivere a lungo, vivere bene, vivere giovani.
Steve, are you impressed? Yes. He's nodding his head. Yes, he is. Okay, perfect. And Romania, Lisa Wu from Taiwan, right? She's unbelievable elite SPD. She now speaks Romanian.
Sunt foarte entuziasmați de LED, deoarece noi ajutăm oamenii să trăiască bine, să trăiască mai mult și să trăiască mai tineri.
Incredible. Now this next one, interesting. I'm sure some of you know Mr. Ichikawa, Yumi Ichikawa, in from Japan, massive organization in Japan. Big reason why Japan took off like a rocket ship when X-39 was launched. Doesn't speak much English, if at all. But now, and he kind of played with the sentence a little bit, as you'll see, but my goodness, listen to Mr. Ichikawa speaking English.
What is wonderful about LifeWeb is that it can provide everyone with a healthier and longer happiness.
A longer and healthier happiness for Mr. Ichikawa. Who's next?
Well, we've heard from a lot of our elite SPDs, but yes. Why don't we hear from none other than our president, Meredith Burkich, speaking in Thai. Meredith, if you're listening, here you go.
ฉันรู้สึกตื่นเต้นมากเกี่ยวกับ LIFEWAVE เพราะเราได้ช่วยให้ผู้คนมีชีวิตที่ยืนยาวมีชีวิตที่ดีและมีชีวิตที่อ่อนเยาว์
So there you go. So the concept, right? Kind of cool. You know, we've all heard of the concept of information haves and information have-nots. Which would you rather be? So we're all about making sure that the information you need to grow your business is accessible as fast as possible so the velocity of your business growth can be increasing all the time. So that's it for now. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on the pilot program. Thank you.
Machines. Why didn't they use me? Jim, come on. I need to speak Thai too. Okay, that technology is going to be so helpful to the next 3 people that I'm going to present onto stage. They are already taking LifeWave across the globe. Please help me welcome VP EMEA Claudia Hartnick, VP APEC Dr. Edward Chu, and the GM US and Canada, Garrett Johnson. Woo!
Hello, LifeWave!
Thank you. Hello. How's everybody doing? Okay, I'm going to announce some promotions. You better take your pen and paper. No. Okay, I think you saw David reveal a product that's probably going to change how the MLM industry is going to be. And of course, we hear from our Chief Operating Officer, Coleman, saying that push the envelope, right? Whatever volume that you bring, he will produce. And from our side, we give an update from the region. And obviously in LifeWave, we work hard and play hard. So in this session, we'll be revealing the next destinations for all the 3 region incentive trip for 2024, 2025.
You got it. Who's excited?
In Asia Pacific region, most of you guys will not know that the first company that David started outside US is in Taiwan. It started with a mere size of just 2,000 square feet. Today, fast forward 17 years, we have more than 1,000 square feet facilities to support all our brand partners with a 7 corporate office and 3 strong third-party logistics to reach the products to you guys each time you order. 17 years ago, we started with just 5 corporate staff. Today, we got more than 150 corporate staff across the 7 offices to work with everyone in Asia Pacific region. From 1 brand partner, today, we got close to 500,000 brand partners in LifeWave in Asia Pacific region. From 1 senior presidential directors, we have more than 150 senior presidential director in LifeWave Asia Pacific region, and more than 30,000 manager rank and above in the region. So as what Coleman has said, be confident, push the envelope, and we're ready to work with you guys to reach $1 billion company. So now I pass to Claudia to give an update on Europe and also South Africa.
So, before I start, I need to start with an apology. Yesterday, during the Parade of Nations, we missed a country. Now, missing a country is bad enough, but if that country is one of your top 3 countries in a region, it is horrendous. So help me welcome that one country that we have missed, and that is Poland. Welcome to Dallas.
Poland!
Welcome to this conference. And to those over 50 brand partners from Poland that are here today, from the bottom of my heart, Vedówka. So, Europe, it is so fantastic to be standing here and be able to talk about the growth that Europe has. And when I say Europe, it is always Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Africa.
So that would always include the 47 nations that we have in Europe. We have Israel and we have South Africa. So take a look at this. I mean, between early 2023 and year to date, we are almost 1.5 times the sales volume that we were doing in early 2023. Year to date, that's an increase of 80%. Now, who's good in mathematics? 80% is so short of 100. That's doubling the business in only 9 months. So I am incredibly proud being here today because this is not us. This is you. It is your hard work. And for that, we are incredibly grateful. So thank you so much. A few details on who these countries with this incredible growth are is Israel. 650%. Israel, give a round of applause to Israel. And let me mention this. For all the other countries in this world, there are no excuses. 650% for Israel, a country that is at war right now. No excuses. South Africa, where are my South Africans? 330%. Wow. The same, where are the Portuguese in the room? Portugal, 330%. Poland, and you see why it's so horrendous to haven't forgotten them? Poland is a country that has been in the LIFEWAVE business for 20 years now. 210% increase. So nobody's going to tell me that after 20 years, you cannot still increase your business. Romania, similar, 170%. Wow. UK, 140. Thank you for everyone who's doing the business in UK. Switzerland, 60%. Germany, 30%. France, 15%. Italy, 10%. So what am I trying to tell you here? No country, these are all over double-digit growth in Europe. So proud to be part of your team. Thank you so much. And I will not forget the #1 ranked country still is Germany, followed very closely, as you can see, by Poland, South Africa, Portugal, Italy. So in the next month, I am really curious to see how this country share will evolve, because it is evolving by the minute, by the day, by the week. So we in Europe, we try to communicate as timely as possible with all our brand partners, and we have 2 channels that we use for this. One is our Facebook Europe LIFEWAVE Business Builder. This is the QR code. So whoever is interested in knowing what's going on in our region, please sign up to this Facebook group. It's where we share whatever information we have for you. The same, we have a WhatsApp channel that is LIFEWAVE Europe on WhatsApp. You will not find it if you search for it. So please either sign up through this QR code or take a picture of the QR code and send it to your teams in Europe. Excellent. I guess that was me, and now it's our host country.
All right. So many exciting things happening around the world, but let's take a look at North America. Is that okay? Woo! So they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. I think graphs are as well. I like numbers. That makes me a bit of a nerd, I realize that. But what I love about this graph is this shows from 2019, about the same time we launched X39 all the way through to today. And to see that growth, if you can see back in 2019, that's that first little square, you can almost can't see it, to see to where it is today is nothing short of amazing. And it's because of the efforts and everything that you are doing every single day that's making a difference in changing people's lives. The other thing I want to point out in this graph is that little dot means a few people were being helped back then. Compared to today, of all the people all over North America that are absolutely being blessed by the amazing patches and getting the health and wellness that they need. And so this is a testament to many, many lives that have been changed because of your efforts. This is something that you should be incredibly proud of. But this is just the beginning. There is so much more, and we know that this graph is going to continue to go in this way. In fact, we might look at it in a few years from now, and it won't even look anything like this because it'll be that much bigger. Let's take a look at individual growth for each market. Canada is up 412% over last year at the same time. That's a market that has struggled, and they're doing amazing. Canadians, let's hear from you. We got some over here. Yes. In the back. Mexico is up 340% over the same time last year. Let's hear from Mexico. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is 702% above this time last year. Puerto Rico has about 3 million people. Let's just do a comparison. Canada has about 26 million, roughly. Puerto Rico, overall in dollar sales, is bigger than Canada, believe it or not. And so incredible growth. They should be very proud of everything they're doing. Now, we're kind of taking it up in the back, here in the U.S., 184%. But when we take a look at the U.S., and it's about 60% of company sales, that's still pretty darn good. And so we certainly want to recognize. So let's hear from our Americans. Woo! Now I have this special opportunity to make a special announcement to our Canadian leaders. We have they have gone through some challenges where we've had to pull a number of our products out of the market, and now we're able to put back last August most of our products, but there were 3 products that were not available at that time. And so today we're going to announce that we are going to be launching, these are the ones we brought back last year, and we're going to be bringing back 3 products, the Energy Enhancer, the YH Carnosine, and the YH Glutathione, except in Canada we can't use those names. They're considered claims, and so we have to make some adjustments. So, Energy Enhancer is now going to be known in Canada as Inner Spark. That's our marketing team's done a great job, but it certainly gets the message out there that it certainly will help build energy. Carnosine is now YH Advance. And Glutathione is now YH Renew. So these 3 products are going back into Canada, and they're going to be available for purchase starting on October 21st, next Monday. Woo! Which we are thrilled about. We are also going to be doing a roadshow in 2 weeks. Take a quick picture of these if you want to go along, but this is going to be an opportunity for us to roll out these products in Canada a week after the launch, and so we are so excited to be able to spend that time with our Canadian family. We also have some ways in which we can communicate with our field, and this is through our Facebook group. We have our North America Facebook group as well as the Mexico Facebook group, so please take advantage of those. If you're not already in that group, make sure you join. Now, who is ready to see where we're going on our next incentive trips?
Okay, video please.
Roll the video.
early next year, we will be officially launching Indonesia.
All right, how about for Europe? Roll the video.
Join us in Dubrovnik.
Okay, now who from North America would like to know where we're going? Let's roll the video.
Wow.
All right, who's going to come with us to Punta Mita, Mexico? So that covers everywhere in the world. And so it's an opportunity for everyone to be able to earn a trip, to be able to go to one of these amazing locations, depending on where they're from. How many of you would like to know how to qualify? All right. So, how to qualify? There's a number of different ways to qualify, but it is very similar to what we had previously, but there's a few changes. In our personally sponsored points, we want to incentivize the activities that are going to help you build your business. So we've actually doubled the number of points that you get when you enroll a new brand partner. You can still enroll a PC or PC Plus and get points for that as well. And when you can also get points for, let's see, personally, let's go back one, I guess, sorry. Anyway, you can also get points for upgrades. Now, the upgrades are going to work a little bit different to last time. The upgrades will be incremental points based on what pack you're actually upgrading to, where I think you got multiple points if you upgraded. And so that's been adjusted a little bit this time. But another thing that we changed in this one is the number of points that you get for rank advancing. When you personally rank advance to manager, you get 10 points. Last time, it was 2 points.
2 points.
So, to be able to get a little bit more exciting, a little bit more, for those who are rank advancing, we added more points. But it also means that a senior presidential director gets 50 points. And so that's going to be really big. So in order to qualify, for a person to qualify for this, you need to have 100 points for 2 people to go with 1 flight, and 140 points with 2 people for 2 flights.
2 flights.
And so for a senior presidential director, you're already 50 points is halfway there. So we're really incentivizing rank advancements to be able to help get there. Now, if you help a member of your team rank advance, you can see here as well, there's a way that you can help do that. Rank maintenance is also another way you can earn points, where for every month, or every week, I should say, that you maintain your rank, and it's the rank based off of when you started. So if you start the period and you're a manager, as a manager, and you maintain manager or above the whole time, you'll get points for each week. And so that's another way to be able to earn points to qualify for the incentive trip. Does that sound doable? Who is going to go for it?
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. See you in Bali.
See you in Dubrovnik.
And see you in Punta Mita, Mexico. Now, it's our pleasure to bring out our managers, our sales managers from around the world to be able to start us off on some of our most exciting part of this event, which is our recognition. So help bring out all of our sales managers from around the world.
Well, as Garrett mentioned, this is one of our favorite segments at our global conferences because it gives us an opportunity to recognize you, our brand partners, for your achievements as you're growing your business in your communities across the world. This is a way for us to see who is working in here at LifeWave and being able to build your business and have success and help people grow along with you. We say manager is the first rank in our compensation plan, and it's a foundational rank. I believe the most important rank because it's creating the foundation of a solid business. So becoming a manager-making machine is the goal. The more managers you can build in your business, the more solid your business will become. So we want to celebrate you, our newest managers. Who was with us last year at our last global conference in Orlando, Florida? Okay? From last year, from September 18th, 2023 to September 15th, 2024, we want to recognize you, our newest managers that rank advanced to the rank and manager in that time period. So if you're a new manager that rank advanced between September 18th of last year and September 15th of this year, we want you to get on your feet. We want to see who you are, and we want to recognize you for your achievements. Look at all those managers. And I keep seeing them standing up. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, managers. You are on the path. Managers, that first step, and then we move on to the second step, which is the rank of director. So in that same time period, if you rank advance to the rank of director, I'm gonna be asking you to start lining up here on this side of the stage because we're gonna actually have you come up and join us and walk in across stage. So if you're a new director who rank advanced between September 18th of last year and September 15th of this year, come on up. We're gonna have our lovely ushers here on the right. And as you're doing that, I do want to make a comment of how important it is to the rank advancements, how important they are in our business. It's a clear indication of how the life of the company is going. How's the growth going? It's based on seeing all the rank advancements. So here's going to be a clear way of seeing the new directors come across stage on how LifeWave, this incredible growth, is going. So come on up, directors. Congratulations. We'll come up the stage here and walk across. New directors from all over the world. I'm seeing all these nationalities. So just so you know, we have over 700 new directors here with us today. you doing? And make sure if you're over in the overflow room and you're a new director, you can come over on this end. We want to recognize you. Yeah, let's wave those flags. chapters in just 1 year. Wow. Didn't I say 700, over 700 new directors in this room alone? Not even all those of you that are at home and you rank advanced to director, congratulations to you as well. But wow, all these new managers, new directors, congratulations to all of you. I do want to make one important announcement for our new senior directors and our new executive directors. We have an award for you that we want to give you a little bit later, but specifically, we have an awards room coming up where you're going to be able to pick up an award for when you come up on stage. So we want to make sure you go over by the registration area. You're going to find the awards section. You're going to go over there and grab your award today, and then tomorrow you have that available to you to pick it up, and then you'll be able to, when you come across stage tomorrow, you can have that award with you. So, sorry. Oh, it's executive and presidential. Excuse me. Can we give a round of applause to Amber, our director of recognition, for reminding me that? Thank you, Amber. So it's actually our executive and presidential brand partners. We have the awards for you right next to registration. Through the Peacock Terrace, you'll be able to find that here today and tomorrow before recognition. So make sure you go and do that, and we will see you a little bit later for future recognition. Thank you so much, everybody.
I cannot tell you all how excited I am. I told you guys this was a cool stage, right? Did we already talk about this? I'm glad that a lot of you came over to this stage. It is more of an intimate setting, and it feels like I'm actually talking to you all, and I can see your faces, which is great. So one of the things that I love about learning of LifeWave is the Be the Light motto. It means so much to this company, and the next duo that I'm going to present came all the way from Denmark. They are the Paradigm Duo, and they have a special one-of-a-kind. I see the flag. Yes, Denmark. Woo! And they have a one-of-a-kind song. You already know what it is, and I hinted to it earlier. Be the Light, Reg and Andreas. Aren't they great? I love them already.
LifeWave! Come on!
Hello, everybody. So my name is Andreas, and as Elvin just said, I come all the way from Denmark, and I'm a senior director with LifeWave and been part of the company since 2012. Can you believe it?
Woohoo!
And I even was along on the 10-year anniversary cruise back in 2014. So around that same time, I talked with my music buddy and good friend Reg Downey and told him about the patches.
Hello, everybody. My name is Reg. I'm a Canadian, but I've been transplanted to Copenhagen, Denmark. And I work together with Andreas. So, we are excited to be here today. We got an email a few months back telling us that the conference was going to be called Be the Light.
So we looked at each other and said, this has to be the title of a new song.
So we have written a song where we have simply integrated all kinds of things that have to do with Be the Light and LifeWave.
And we are known as Paradigm Duo.
And
right.
See?
Yep. Spelled D-Y-M-E.
Yes.
So today we are actually, on this very day, the 18th of October, we are launching our new album, Be the Light, on all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. You can find us under Paradigm Duo, so go for it. And a new music video on YouTube, so hey.
So find us on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere.
So now we got to teach these people.
Yes, because
we need your help, guys. Are you ready to be a part of this song?
Okay.
Because we know what we need you guys to do the whole. Can you do this? All right, Andreas. Now we're going to teach you
like this.
what we're doing.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. You gotta be the light.
Yeah, so that's it. Now, halfway through the song this starts, I think you'll figure it out. Shall we?
And you have to promise to sing along. Do you promise to sing along?
Yes, good.
Thank you. So I think there is much more than we're dreaming of. So let's try to see if we can lift the roof of this building.
That's right. So now we're going to sing Be the Light.
Oh, 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 oh. Trains are passing by, afraid to take a ride, always standing here alone, longing for a place, wanna join the race, not just sitting here at home.
Life goes by in waves.
Gonna take the ride and leave it all behind and
Say, don't just see the light, go beyond. It's more than we're dreaming of. Don't just hold the light, pass it on to someone who needs it more. Travel to the moon, see everything from outer space. Breathing from the sun will evaporate any haze. Don't just see the light, you gotta be the light. In the valley down below, so dark and moving slow, hard to see the path until a light that brightens the night, a radiance so bright, shining from the top of the hill, flowing with no fear, reflecting in our eyes, the energy is rising here. Don't just see the light, go beyond, there's more than we're dreaming of. Hold the light, pass it on to someone who needs it more. Travel to the moon, see everything from outer space. Feeding from the sun will evaporate any haze. Don't just see the light, you gotta be the light. Oh, 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 you gotta be the light. Oh, 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 oh. Life goes by in waves. Gonna take the ride and leave it all behind and say, don't just see the light, go beyond, it's more than we're dreaming of. Don't just hold the light, pass it on to someone who needs it more. Travel to the moon, see everything from outer space. Feeding from the sun will evaporate any haze. Don't just see the light, you gotta be the light. Oh, 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 you gotta be the light. Oh, 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 you gotta be the light. Oh, 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 you gotta be the light. Yeah.
LifeWave, please welcome back to the stage your founder and CEO, David Schmidt.
Where is everybody? What's going on? Get back in here. I have in my hands a piece of paper. And on this piece of paper is an important announcement. Because we have a special guest. It's a surprise guest. So I'd like to have these seats filled. Can we get everybody back? Okay, we got my little fella up over here. You guys can sit and relax. We're going to be here for a minute. We have a surprise guest. You guys having a great time? Please give another round of applause for Reg and Andreas. They were incredible, weren't they? They wrote that song for us. Okay. Well, it's really my pleasure to introduce this gentleman. He is the founder. He's got a really long introduction, by the way. He is the founder of Elevate, which is a production company on a mission. Elevate is one of the most prolific creators of socially conscious media. As a filmmaker, he has been granted rare access into the minds and hearts of world-renowned philosophers, scientists, physicists, doctors, authors, shamans, and human development experts. As a director, he has helmed numerous award-winning and record-setting productions, including theatrical features, network television specials, commercials, and music videos for platinum artists. In 2006, his passion for uniting creatives inspired the birth of Elevate Film Festival. In less than 3 years, the film festival earned the title of the world's largest single-screening film event, hosting up to 6,000 people per screening, filling prestigious arenas such as the Kodiak Theater, the Pasadena Civic, and the Nokia LA Live. In 2011, he received the Conscious Life Humanitarian Award and named a member of the Transformational Leadership Council. In 2020, he directed the documentary series Plandemic that shows the connections and conflicts of interest between the media, the medical industry, politics, and the financial industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2023, he directed the film The Great Awakening that assembles the forbidden puzzle pieces to reveal the big picture of what's really happening in America and beyond. He is a humanitarian, a spiritual thought leader whose goal is to empower the masses and bring awareness to the issues affecting our times. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm and loud LifeWave welcome to our friend, Mickey Willis. Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Mickey, it's so great to have you here. The first thing, the most important thing, I would like to thank you on behalf of our community for everything that you are doing to bring awareness to the problems, the modern problems that we're facing. It takes a man of courage, it takes a man of faith, it takes a man of God to do that. And I am so honored to be associated with you.
Thank you, David. I'm honored too. I am honored to be here. Thank you so much. It's great to see all of you way back there. Wow. I was blown away by stage B, and David said, come on over to the main stage. Wow. So good on you guys for all the good that you're spreading out in the world. I mean, that's really what the inspiration for my work is to counter all the negativity and all the harmful products and all the ways that we are being poisoned and lied to and divided, to bring us back together into a place of natural health and unity and love above all. Yeah.
So I want to talk to you for a moment about COVID-19 and the pandemic, or the plandemic, more appropriately. So LifeWave, you and I came at this from a different perspective, but along the same line of thinking. When I saw what was happening and unfolding, I began to reach out to the doctors and scientists that were in our network that we do clinical studies with, and I wanted to know for myself, through clinical research that we were going to sponsor, were the vaccines safe and effective the way that we were being told? And the short story is we did clinical research with Dr. Brian Daly at a hospital in New York, and we found in 80 out of 80 people, all of these people had elevated inflammation, a mutated immune system, elevated white blood cell count, and this was incredibly damaging to people's health. Yeah. So I was certainly convinced that what was going on was sinister compared to what we were being told.
Well, yeah, that's, and I just want to say, first of all, it's amazing that we can have this conversation. It shows how much the tide has turned. Hence the title of the movie that I released last year, The Great Awakening. We really are in the middle of a great awakening, and it's incredible. It's hard to know that so many people have suffered, but that's sometimes what it takes, a great sacrifice for us to wake up beyond all the conditioning that keeps us numb, dumb, and following leaderships right off the edge of our lives. And so it's been amazing. The reason people often ask me, they'll say, how were you so quick to jump on, have a film out and ready and released in May of 2020? As a matter of fact, by show of hands, how many of you saw the first pandemic when it came out? Awesome. Or by applause, let's do that, then I can hear you way back there. Okay, good. Awesome, awesome. Now, people ask me that. They say, it came out May 4th, 2020. How did you know then? And the answer is really simple. My brother was killed by a medicine called AZT that was prescribed by Anthony Fauci in the 80s and 90s. My mother died 34 days later by bad cancer treatments. And so as a young man raised by a single mom, she was literally my hero. To have that kind of trauma happen back to back with older brother and mother, it was a real wake-up call for me to start giving a second look to this thing we call Western medicine. And I started to travel the world and study all the different ancient techniques of healing and energy healing, and which is one of the reasons I'm on stage here today, and very honored to be here working with a man who has done so much for innovating new technologies that heal us from the inside out. And so it was a very risky and controversial thing that we did, as most of you had saw how much the media attacked us and attacked Dr. Judy Mikovits, who was featured in the first Plandemic film, which, by the way, thanks to the censorship, Plandemic 1 is the most seen independent film in all of history. 1.5 billion and beyond views that the movie has received right now. So that's what happens when they try to shut down the human voice and the human spirit. But it was, recognizing who was at the helm of the response to the pandemic. We weren't anti-vaccine or anything like that. It was just recognizing that the people that were at the helm of this and understanding medicine enough to know that you can't rush to market anything like that. There's a reason they call it long-term studies. You can't do a long-term study in a short period of time. And so we knew that something was awry, and that people were going to be harmed, and at the very least, people needed to at least have be able to make informed decisions about their health and what they put into their bodies. And to feel that our government was forcing and coercing people to do something, with or without religious exemptions or whatever it might have been, it really brought back a lot of memories of other parts of our history where things like this have happened. If you know the Tuskegee experiment and a lot of other things that have happened that was shock to us, that will we really allow this to happen here in America? And we certainly want to be safe, and we certainly want to honor the incredible field of medicine if it works and if it truly is safe and effective. But in this case, because of who was at the helm of this operation, I knew 100% that things were going to be corrupted by politics. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And now we're making movies on people which we're going to talk to you about it later, because there's a lot of people who have experienced severe injuries as a result of following the science. And they are in the thousands, tens of thousands of people and we have a movie coming out called Follow the Silenced, because these were people who followed the science and then they were silenced after they started to say, 4 hours later, and they haven't walked since. There's people in this film who are 22 years old who haven't walked since 2021. And so, when something like this happens, it's a wake-up call for all of us. And my team and I and everyone decided, we know that this could be literally the last move we've ever made. Maybe we'll never work again. Who knows? We're trapped in an industry that prohibits you from speaking outside the narrative. And in a country that's built and based upon, there's a reason that the Bible says in the beginning was the Word, and that our Constitution, the very first amendment, is about free speech. The power of our voice matters so much. And so just understanding that so many people, so many Americans, tax-paying citizens, were being forbidden to speak out loud, to tell the truth, to warn other people, to at least let them know that they may want to hesitate or to look into it and understand what their blood type is and how they might be more affected than other people. These are the things that we've always been told to do, to get second opinions in medicine, but in this case, no one was allowed to do that. So it became very suspicious. And I will say now that we're now on the edge of 2025, 100% of every claim that was made, and the Plandemic series now is number 4 was just released, Plandemic the musical. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but you need to see it. But trust me, it's real, and there's a reason that we made it. We're reclaiming our art and our creative spirit to come back, take our music back, take our laughter back, our comedy back, and all the things that are being sucked away from us so that we live a joyless life, which is not possible. The human spirit is here to celebrate and to laugh and to create. We've been told for so long that we are consumers, and consumers take. But we are creators in the likeness of the Creator, here to give.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So, an interesting thing happens. You and I have something in common, is that when we knew we were being lied to by the government, by the people in charge, we got angry, upset, but what's interesting is we channeled that energy and became creative. So in your case, you started to put together works of art so you could communicate through the media that you're used to working with what was really going on, what was the truth. And in my case, I went into the lab and I said, I'm going to invent something, which became the water machine, so we could empower people with a technology that could change their lives. So now we would have these tools of energy medicine, science, communication, where we could push back against the narrative and empower people with freedom. And we've combined those efforts together.
We have. And you are all the first in the world to hear about this collaboration. And I will just tell you, as we kind of tease it along here, I will just tell you that this collaboration, this untitled, unnamed collaboration, has already created a ripple effect of healing within my company. So we have a team of incredible filmmakers that travel all over the world. We have about 6 films in productions at all times. So when things come up, I have a researcher in North Carolina right now, and whatever is happening, whatever the media is lying to us about, we send teams there and we start to find what's really happening. So we are a little David against the Goliath of the mainstream media, but here's the deal, we get more views than they do. And they hate it.
Yeah.
And so it's been a real delight because we've done so much effort to fix the problems out there. But in the past year, maybe verging on 2 years now, I've been saying that real change happens in here. And we all need to take responsibility for the life that we're co-creating, the world we're co-creating, the society that we're co-creating. And we have to first get healthy, because if we're not healthy, and then we look at the human organism, we can't really complain that it's not healthy, because we are cells in the body of that organism. And so the work that we're focused on now is solution-based, because we all know there's a problem, and we all know there's a multitude of problems, and the problems are going to continue to be there. And so what are we going to do that we're aware of the problems, but we activate that incredible, infinite, brilliant human creative spirit to rise above those problems and create solutions to each of them, because that's when we really expand and grow our intelligence. And so we are focused on all the elements that have been, the secrets that have been kept from us, regarding ways that we are supposed to eat, we're supposed to drink, we're supposed to experience the powers of nature. As I always say to people, I'm a believer in medicine. I'm not against medicine. I'm against corrupt medicine. I'm against the politics of medicine. I'm against the medicine that is there to keep us sick and unhealthy so that they get rich. And I always say, if you just stop for a moment, because I think that we're moving so fast and we're so distracted by these little things that you guys are holding up right now. We're so distracted by design that we forget to stop and to understand just how magnificent this experience of life is. Every medicine and food that we need grows from the ground. And it is often in primary colors and in the shape and design of the very organ it's meant to affect. You crack open a carrot and you look at the inside of a carrot and it looks like the pupil of an eye, and guess what? It's great for your eyes. A bell pepper, 4 chambers in the shape of a heart, and guess what? It's good for your heart. Avocado in the shape of the cervix with a seed in the middle, and guess what it's good for? And we go on and on. A walnut. Open that up. It looks like a little mini brain with 2 hemispheres, and it's brain food. It's almost as if God said, children, one day you're going to lose your way, so I'm going to make these things look like exactly what they're meant for in primary colors like Legos, so you don't get confused, and they're pretty enough to fascinate you that you might eat them. And then we have these industries going, no, look away from all that. Look away from all of that. And just use the synthetic stuff here that's going to keep you dependent upon our system. And the people, the gift of COVID, I've traveled all over the world, met with audiences this size and smaller, all over the world, is that people are waking up to realize that. And they're waking up to understand the potential of the human body when we feed it right, when we understand the power of light, the power of water, and really take control of what it is that we put into our bodies and what we put out, what we broadcast out of our bodies. When we're responsible for that. And I've seen around the world, I've said COVID unleashed and awakened and gave birth to a generation of citizen journalists. Because in 2020, I could send out my latest research, and I could go in front of an audience like this, and I could tell you my latest research, and people would go, no way, what? I can't do that anymore. Now I can tell you what I think is the most mind-boggling information, and half the audience goes, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I shared it yesterday. Oh, yeah, I know that. Everybody's aware now. They're aware, they're awake, you're sharing information online, and you're paying attention. And we're particularly paying attention to what's happening within our government. And that's the thing that we're working so hard to reshape right now. But it all starts with what we do on the inside. So that's why when this opportunity came up, and there's some people I want to thank that couldn't be here today because they're so busy. My team is on a flight right now, I believe, to do an interview that might pertain to this collaboration up here, perhaps. And so they couldn't be here. So I want to thank Matthew Guthrie, Tyler Lindsay, Eric Felderhoff, my wife who is here, my wife and children are here, right there. My wife who's my producing partner. I want to thank Jim Caldwell. I want to thank want to thank David. Thank you so much, because it's changing the shape of our business already. I was telling him backstage that, you know, we spend 12 hours a day, at least 5 days a week, and we look at all the footage, and some of it's really bad. We see the footage that gets blurred out on the news. We see the raw stuff. And we become thick-skinned because we love what we do and we know we're in service, and we know that we're on the right side of history, so that keeps us going. Yet, we're susceptible to the negativity at times, and it can sometimes weigh us down. And the project that we're so honored to be collaborating on right now has changed the DNA, literally, in my company, such that we're starting to feel a lightness within our work. And it's been therapeutic for us in so many ways that I thank you so much, because there's so much more light infused in the work that we're doing now, and you're about to see a little bit of that. And it's been a real honor. But last but not least, I want to thank a friend of about 20 years, Beamy Casey. Beamy Casey has been a dear friend of my wife's and mine for a number of years, and without her introduction to David, this project that we're about to unveil in front of you right now would not be possible. So thank you, Beamy, so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mickey. So I think we've probably teased them long enough. So, dear family, our LifeWave family, we introduce you to a new technology this morning, our water technology, our water machine, and I know you're excited about it. You want to share it with the rest of our community, your brand partners, your customers. But what if we could bring this technology to the rest of the world so that everyone can hear about LifeWave and light-infused water? So let's take this opportunity to show you a teaser trailer for a LifeWave water documentary. Let's take it away.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
I was about 7 years old, and we had a family get-together at my grandparents' house, and one of my uncles was an inventor for Bell Labs, an extremely successful inventor.
Sweet dreams, little friends. And now for the Mandarin. First, I better check my energy gauge. Oh.
My cousins, they said, hey, let's break away from the adults, and we want to go take a look at something. So we went up into the attic. Being in that environment, something started to really resonate with me. I just thought this was the coolest thing. we got up there, there was something covered by this blanket. My cousins took the blanket off, and I saw this incredible machine. It had all of these tubes, electronic controls, dials, and I was immediately fascinated. It was then that I knew that I want to be an inventor when I grow up. My name is David Schmidt. I am a husband, father, inventor, and the CEO and founder of LifeWave. From when I was young, I always had an interest in exploring the world and learning about how things work. We didn't have the distraction of cell phones and computers, so I spent a lot of time outside with my friends, exploring the natural world, looking at insects, going for walks in the woods, and trying to understand how all these things in nature function and enjoying the beauty of it.
So we've asked science to tell us who we are. We have an answer, and many scientists are not comfortable with where that answer is leading.
The origin of life problem is, I think most scientists today claim that that is the most difficult problem, and we still face it. Sometimes people talk about, well, we could create life in the lab, but in that case, it's usually an intelligent design explanation because you have the scientists with their intelligence, bringing together chemicals, not that they find in nature, but from a chemical supply company, and then putting them together in some very intentional way.
Science is arriving at the place where our ancestors invited us to begin. And that is with the understanding that we are part of, rather than separate from, the world around us. Could it be that who or whatever is responsible for us left us a message? If this is true, where would we look for proof?
God has left his fingerprint in nature and in natural design. And by studying nature with this perspective, we can unlock some secrets that have been hidden. The DNA is thought of as a reservoir or a repository of information, but actually it's much, much more than that.
There's a message encoded into the DNA of all life. What it says is that the elements that make us who we are not random. And as we begin to embrace what that means, that we're part of everything that we see happening in the world, it gives new meaning to what it means to be human. Not only are we more than the product of random processes, but we are designed to interact with the world around us as well as the world within us.
In our DNA, there is actually a link to the ether where light is emitted.
Light is information. We are constantly receiving information and transmitting information into the world around us, into the field around us.
Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. If we can understand the language of the DNA, the code by which this all works, that means we can use light in an entirely different way to improve our health, our quality of life, and even change the way we age. What if we could have an external electromagnetic field that would essentially reset the stem cells that are already in our bodies and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? What if we could embed wavelengths of light into water that would trigger the regenerative mechanisms and cause people to heal at a rate as when they were younger? What if we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? The first sentence of the book of Genesis is about, in the beginning, how God created the heavens and the earth. So when God was creating the heavens and the earth, there was a mathematical blueprint, and that blueprint shows up in nature. And it happens to show up in organisms that don't age. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary.
There's a new philosophy that is emerging in the scientific community. And the philosophy simply says that consciousness informs itself through its creations. And I think it's no accident that it's only now, at this time in history, only now, we find the message that reveals the deep truth of our existence. The question is, what is our potential? What are the limits of a human body?
What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people and give them their lives back. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There is more information there than most people would ever realize.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
What would you all think? What would you all think?
You said, what did you all
What
think?
would you all think if we had tens of millions of people that saw that on Netflix and Amazon Prime?
Yes, yes.
Or maybe at a film festival.
You know, a little story here I forgot to tell you that I've not told you yet, and that is my incredible wife, who's waving over there somewhere. We've been connected with this company for a little over a year now, even though we just met 4 months ago or so. So my wife, we edit our editing facilities in the basement of our home, because I like to be at home. I like to be able to see my children every day and not be separated from my family. And my wife has learned that our schedules are so intense that she often comes over, and thank God we trust her, because if she wanted to poison us, she could do it easily, because our whole team trusts her. She'll just say, here's some vitamins for you, take these, and here's some new this, and drink this, and here's some electrolytes, and she's constantly keeping our team. But sometime about a year ago, she started coming around and sticking these things in the back of my neck. And I said, what is this here? And she would say, just go back to work. And she'd stick it on my editor's neck, and she'd go around, and everyone's going, wow, cool, this is really great. And I will tell you this, that it was a pretty common thing that we would push ourselves so hard, because when we get to the end of a deadline, we'll do 24 hours straight, that there would be a cascading effect of people getting run down, and it would really disrupt our workflow. And I don't know, but in the past year, we've had none of that experience. And so we were already connected through my wife, and now we get a really good deal on these things, so it's awesome.
Well, Mickey.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Mickey, I want to thank you for your courage and for speaking out and being a voice of light in these times. You are absolute proof that we can push back against the darkness. We can fight these people, and we can win.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you. Thank you all. And thank you to you. Thank you, Jim. It's been such a pleasure so far working with you. I know we've developed a lifelong collaborative friendship here and partnership. And I want to thank all of you for the energy that you put into the world to make our human family healthy and happy again. Thank you so much for that.
Mickey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mickey Willis, everybody. Okay, well, it's an opportunity now for LifeWave to gift you again this weekend. And we want to give you a gift and an opportunity. And to do that, I'm going to ask our president, Meredith Burkich, to join me back on stage. Meredith Burkich, everybody.
Wow, 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 wow. Was that a see the light moment? Are the wheels in your minds like spinning about what this means to LifeWave and to your future, to the future of your business and your ability to change the world?
So when I want to take a moment and thank Jim Caldwell, because Jim is our global VP of special projects, and Jim is my right-hand man. And honestly, all of these extra things outside of what we do each day to support the network, a lot of those things wouldn't happen without Jim. So Jim, thank you for being a part of this documentary project and for doing such a great job.
I think what stands out to me the most at this moment, everybody, is that we talk about all the time that LifeWave is an innovation company, a company about innovation. But it isn't just about what happens in the lab. It isn't just about what David invents and creates with his teams behind the scenes. It's even down to the tools that you will have to build your business and to change lives. There's innovation. Have you ever seen anything like this in any other direct selling company in the world, in all of years, ever, anything like it, ever? Have you? Ever? No, because everything that David touches, everything that we build and create together is innovative and has not been done or seen before. So, congratulations, David.
Thank you, Meredith. And, you know, we couldn't ask for a better partner than Mickey Willis and his team. They are God-centered people. They're thinking about the greater good. They're not in this for making money. They're honestly just focused on this mission of empowering people. And it has been an absolute privilege to work with someone and a group with this type of mindset.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
The bravery, the courage. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, team. Please send that back. We are going to be so excited. So next year, I believe, in 2025 is going to be the year of the documentary, right? Next year? Is that what we're looking forward to?
That's
what are we thinking?
So we're going to be coming out. The timing of this is that you're going to be hearing a little bit more with the water machine and what we're going to do, and you're going to have an opportunity to win one, and then we'll announce those winners at our Vision Conference that we're having in January. And as these begin to hit the market in the first quarter of next year, that's about the timeline when the documentary is going to be released. However, we want to use this as an opportunity to do something really fun for the LifeWave community. So, we don't know yet where this is going to happen. Mickey is working on all of this. Could be at a film festival, could be at a movie theater, but we want to give all of you the opportunity to walk down the red carpet at the world premiere of this documentary.
And so what that means, I assume that everybody's going to be wondering, well, what's next? What's the next big event that we're driving to? We know that in January, we will be having our Vision 2025 virtual conference. How many of you will be tuning into that? How many of you will be making sure that every one of your team members tunes into that? We're going to take that opportunity to announce the promotion on how you can earn your opportunity to go to the red carpet event, wherever it may be. But before we go any further, David, I think there's a little piece of recognition that you wanted to do at this moment when it comes to red carpet.
Absolutely. There is a lot more to this story, so stay tuned. However, Meredith, correctly, none of this would have happened without the power of networking. And this is why I'm so passionate about this industry and would never think of leaving it. LifeWave, all of this came as a result of networking. and this is a great example. So we were connected to Mickey through Bimmy Casey, and we want to take this opportunity to thank Bimmy for bringing us all together and for facilitating this and for helping to make it happen. So please give a warm LifeWave round of applause for LifeWave brand partner Bimmy Casey.
Bimmy Casey!
I am just blown away. I've had to keep this a secret for a year.
And you've done a great job.
Yes, very hard. But it's just incredible. I think you felt from what Mickey said, and you got a sense of Mickey, just how incredible he is. I've known him since the early 2000s, and he's always been involved in transformative media, really helping. He's a light worker in the media, and he brings just the truth and just so much passion and creativity, and this story that he's telling is wonderful.
Well, honestly, Bimmy, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit, because Mickey is the type of person that he is connected with so many famous people. He's engaged in so many projects. So I think if I had picked up the phone and tried to reach Mickey, I don't think I would have been able to. That all happened because of you.
Okay. Well, you know, relationships, that's what this business is. And somebody like Mickey, who is just an expert and so well regarded in the field and won so many awards. And when we were talking about how to get this message out, it was like Mickey. He was really the only one, and I knew what a great job he's done on everything. So it was a perfect fit. Yeah, really, you know. I happened to be, through grace, in the right place at the right time. You know, I'm just a vehicle.
You know, and it was so interesting because when we connected on this, at the time we were thinking about the patches. And Jim and I were talking about this as like, okay, this is an incredible opportunity to work with Mickey. Let's think about this. And as we talked about a story and how the story would be told, it started to become really evident that this needs to be about light-infused water. And this is a new opportunity. And then the storyline for the documentary, it was a gift. It just unfolded. You know, that's the grace of God's presence. So I feel incredibly fortunate that the timing was that we were ready to tell the story about the water.
Yeah, I mean, perfect timing. Just like you were ready to introduce, you've been teasing us for a year, and we've been waiting for this, and it's like bringing a LifeWave out into the world so that we can all benefit in a bigger way, because who we are, and that we're all light workers, and we really care. And this is going to turn the whole world on to LifeWave.
Now, I know you're excited about walking down the red carpet.
Yes, I'm ready. I've got some of my clothes already. I want that front row seat, right?
I think we can make that happen.
I think we can make that happen.
Don't you think so? A front row seat?
I think we can make that happen.
I think we can do that. But we can also go a step further, because the plan that we have is to get this released into either a film festival or into movie theaters, and then get it onto a major platform. So Mickey has a plan for doing that. But the important thing is that we potentially have millions or tens of millions of people around the globe that are going to hear about LifeWave for the first time. And Meredith and I are talking about putting in systems. We've had this discussion with our customer service and our IT, so that people can call into a central line, go to a website, and then we can cultivate these leads of people that are interested in LifeWave and get those leads over to you.
Exactly. And I think that this is the power of that third-party validation for yourselves, too. We all know that it is great to do what? Point to the tool. Point to the tool. We have the relationships, but we want to point to the tools. And we at LifeWave are going to provide you with the most cutting-edge, innovative tools so that building your businesses is effortless.
So you all excited about this? So we will keep you posted on the release date of the documentary, on the incentive program, and that's going to be one of the many, many exciting things that happens in 2025, the release of the water machine, the release of the documentary, and some other things that are going to happen that year as well. So thank you for being here to experience the premiere of this teaser trailer, and we're just incredibly excited that we're doing something new and innovative in direct sales and bring it to you first.
Absolutely. Welcome to the light, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Round of applause, please. That was unbelievable. I want to tell you all, I could just feel your excitement, and it is contagious. I'm backstage, and I could just feel it from there. It's so palpable. Mi amigo de Mallorca, I've met so many of you, and I recognize each and every one of you. So if I spot you and I say hi, it's because we've talked. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? See, this is from me going into the AI machine. Now I speak perfect Spanish. ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo el mundo bien? Bien. Okay, guys, this has been an incredible day. I am so excited about tomorrow. But before we leave, I want to tell you about a few options. So dinner options. If you're having food near the hotel, you have the food court in the grand ballroom that we've activated for you. Food trucks are between the tower and the atrium entrances. And as I mentioned, you've probably already seen this, but we have a ton of healthy choices. We talked about what we put in our bodies and how important that is. And we're making sure that that message is also within what you consume here near the hotel. Other things, staff will be removing personal belongings tonight, okay? As soon as you leave the room, they're gonna go through and pick up personal belongings. So unfortunately, you cannot save your seat. I know that a lot of you, I came here at 5:45 in the morning and saw a lot of you outside already. No need. I think we can all get in and it will be fine. And you see that you can move between the two stages, and they've been great. So if you have any questions regarding the pickup awards, so the big thing that Geraldo mentioned earlier was to pick up those specific awards before your recognition tomorrow. If you can, do that before 8 a.m. And then anything else that you need, we have several booths outside. I am so incredibly excited to see you all tomorrow. Doors open at 8 a.m. We pick up here at 8:30 a.m. More surprises, and as you saw, I did not lie earlier about the Star Trek-like surprises. We have more surprises tomorrow and some incredible surprise performances. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you all so much. The night is yours. I hope you have something very special planned. Thank you. Bye, guys.